A lot of people think that an interior designer's job is to make something look pretty. And that is the best part of our job, but it's not the most important. The most important is really truly function.
What's the process like? When do I come to you? Why would I come to you? Why would I even need you in the first place? Like, could you explain that to us?
So I always say this, that the interior designer is the client's best friend. They're really the person that's going to hold their hand throughout the whole process. So the earlier, the better. Your interior designer should be one of the first people that you contact, because they will guide you through the process. They will help you develop the best team that works for you, because that's incredibly important. So yeah, the earlier, the better. There's so many projects I've been a part of and I've seen that have almost failed because the team didn't work together. And your designer is one of the best people that will help you choose the right people for your team, because you're hiring someone for like a full-time job. Basically, they have to work together.
So you said the process, what does that mean? What is it?
So it starts with an idea. Let's say your clients, you want to buy a house, or you want to renovate one, or you want to build a company. It starts with, okay, what do I really want? What do I need from that space? Whether it's layout, how many employees are going to be working in here, how many people are going to be living in that house. All of that information that connects to who you are and what you want out of this project. Then you find your designer or your architect or someone that is going to help you with that. And they really ask you so many questions. They should ask you so many questions about everything. How you go about your life. How many spaces do you need? What kind of workflow is required, whether it's commercial or residential?
Residential, okay.
After that, integration. Basically, the designer should understand, okay, what are your needs? What are things that you're not thinking about that are actually going to be really important for you? Then it becomes the layout, the planning. How big should your rooms be? Where should they be? And just the optimal, code tool, like how many exit doors do you need? All of that important stuff for planning. Then the planning comes to play. You agree on that, find the correct plan for you, and then comes
you mean like layout of the space?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, because that is really like the biggest. You can choose colors and you can develop things together that looks pretty, but at the end of the day, if your layout does not work for you, then it's a missed opportunity.
So pretty much functional.
Exactly.
It's making sure everything is functional before we hop into color details and then materials and all of that.
Exactly. Because a lot of people think that an interior designer's job is to make something look pretty. And that is the best part of our job, but it's not the most important. The most important is really truly function. Like I've been into houses before where like that's the simplest thing that could come, for example, where the bathroom was on either in the basement or on the second level, while the living room and the kitchen and everything else was on the first. Something like this could be really like, it's a very simple idea that you might think, how could someone, forget about that or that detail? But it's stuff like this. It's really important that you design in a way that is functional, that is comfortable for the client and for the requirement of the space.
Okay, I understand. Because like in your example, like you don't want to go all the way downstairs just to pee. Yeah. For example.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So that's the overall process, if I understand correctly. Mm-hmm. Let me summarize. Let me know if I'm missing something. But basically, you're telling me that as a general process, I'm a client. I want to have a project in mind. Mm-hmm. First step is to come and see an interior designer, because they'll guide us through the process and help us find a team. Mm-hmm. Could you explain to us, like, what is a team? What do you mean by team?
So the interior designer works really closely with contractors, with millwork companies. They source tiles and furniture and all of that. So they work with representatives. And that team, that group of people that are going to be working on one project, it's so important that they are aligned in their vision, in their communication, in the way they work. Because if one thing doesn't align, or if something doesn't work well in that team, then that project usually ends up delaying a lot, costing a lot. Like that those are things that clients don't think about, that there's a cost that you might end up paying because your team doesn't fit well together.
Mm-hmm. So because I have this, I've been talking about that a lot lately, mm-hmm. Even in the previous episodes, is I like the design build approach, meaning that the construction crew plus the planning crew, mm-hmm. meaning in my head, planning crew is interior designers, architects, engineers. So all that team is selected early on the process. That way, everybody talks to each other, everybody works together, and then everybody gives their input, because the electrician has a lot more information, a lot more experience in electricity, might give input to the planning crew, and then it makes a cohesive design and a cohesive plan so that it's easy and goes quickly in the execution, because everybody's familiar with it, everybody knows what they have to do, and then that's why I like this approach. Is that what you were talking about? Is that what you're recommending?
Exactly. And what I mean is that your designer has worked with a lot of contractors and has worked with a lot of, all those other professionals, and they can advise you into the correct choice for your team, or the person that actually would work with your project best. So that's why I'm saying your designer can guide you through that too, because they have experience with other professionals and they know their quality of work and all of that, that they can help the client choose that team.